You know how every apartment have that one room, but instead it just slowly becomes a black hole for random stuff. Yeah, that's been me. Every time I walk past this room, I would throw something in and shut the door like it never exists. The cats eventually claim it, and honestly, it feels more like their room than mine. But the longer I stay home, the more I kept thinking, I need a space. At first, it was practical, somewhere I could actually sit down, focus, and get work done. But then it became something else. I wanted a corner that felt like mine. A place I built from scratch where I could sit down and instantly feel comfortable. Not just efficient, not just functional, something personal. The problem, reality didn't exactly line up with the dream. The room was too small, cluttered with boxes and cat litter boxes. Every time I thought about starting, I would walk in, take a look, and just nope. And when I mentioned it to my wife, she wasn't exactly encouraging. She would laugh and say, with your sense of style, you will never pull this off. Maybe just find a new apartment instead. And yeah, she wasn't wrong. My track record with interior design is not great. So part of me started believing maybe this room would never change. Until one day, scrolling through YouTube, I saw the video from a creator I actually worked with years ago. He had done exactly what I wanted, transform a small, awkward space into something amazing. And that was it. I couldn't just keep wishing, I had to try. So I pulled out a tape measure, made a list, even considered renting a storage unit. My to-do list got longer by the hour. My wife looked at me, half amused, and said, maybe just start with one corner. And that actually clicked. I don't need to finish everything at once. I could go step by step. Step 1. Clear out a corner and declutter. Sounds simple, right? Until you are knee-deep in random boxes, old curtains, and my nightcats who's convinced I'm stealing their territory. But as I was digging through everything, I realized so much of this stuff could just go. In the end, I filled out 2 giant trash bags, and once the space was finally clear, it actually felt possible. Like this might really work. Step 2. Deal with the grain wall. This was hands down the trickiest part. I thought about painting, but if the paint turned out toxic, it could harm the cats or us. Wallpaper, I'm not exactly handy, and most of the ones I like felt, would just get shredded by the cats. A triumph floating screen. Nice in theory, but finding a 2+2 meter one is close to impossible. So I landed on the middle ground. A floor to ceiling pole with a curtain. Easy, flexible, and I can swap out the fabric whenever I get bored. And once that clicked, the vision became clear. Step 3. The desk. Since the apartment came with this desk, I couldn't really remove it. My workaround was to get a custom desk board. Rounded corners, bevel edge, pine wood paint white. Clean, simple, and way more my style. Suddenly the desk felt both functional and personal. Step 4. Lighting. Alright, so the new desk is almost set up. My monitor is in place, and I'm really loving how clean this is starting to look. But there's one thing that I know is going to be crucial for me, especially since I spend so many hours here working on edits and sometimes gaming late at night, and that's lighting. First, I need to replace that curtain the cat shredded. Right now I'm just using my main room lights, and it's okay, but it casts a lot of shadows, and even worse, it creates this annoying glare right on my screen. I've used regular desk lamps before, but they take up so much valuable space, and they never seem to light up the right spots. I knew for this setup I needed a smarter solution, and that's where this comes in. This is the Quantic Monitor Lightbar Pro Plus. I've seen this around and have been super curious to try one. The whole idea is that it sits on top of my monitor, light up my desk without taking up any space or causing screen glare. Let's get it set up. The installation is incredibly simple. It just has this weighted clip that rests on the back of the monitor. I just place it on top and that's it.
It feels really stable and works on both flat and curved monitors, which is great. It's powered by USB-C, so I would just plug that in. That is a very different feeling. The first thing I notice is exactly where the light is landing. It's illuminating my entire desk. There is absolutely zero glare. That's the asymmetrical design at work. And honestly, if I have ever felt that eye strain after a long editing session, I know this is a total game changer. But what truly set this apart for me is the remote. It's not another finicky touch panel. It's satisfyingly mechanical, like a proper camera dial. You get that precise tactile control, feeling the smooth rotation for color and a solid, distinct click for brightness. It's all intentional, no accidental taps. So when I'm color grading footage for these videos, I can crank it up to a cool, neutral white to make sure the colors are accurate. The light quality is fantastic, by the way. For your nerds out there, it has a CRI or over 95, which means colors look incredibly true to life. Then when I'm just browsing or writing scripts in the evening, I could dial it down to this really warm, soft light. It just makes the whole space feel cozier. And the best part, I don't have to break my focus to reach for a button on the lamp itself, always right here. Plus, it has another small feature for someone like me who easily lost track of time. I can set a 2-hour auto-off timer. It's like built-in reminder to take a break, stretch, and rest my eyes, which is probably one of the healthier features a desk lamp could have. Piece by piece, I ordered everything, and after 2 very long days of setup, I sat down, hit the lights, and this was the moment I've been waiting for. It might not be perfect, but for me, it's exactly what I wanted. The real task came later that night. My wife and I sat down here and played a game we used to always fight over. And somehow we didn't fight this time. We laughed, we had fun. Something about this place just felt different. I asked her, "So did I prove you wrong?" She smiled and said, "I knew you would pull it off. You just needed the right motivation. And for you, that's proving you are better than what people say about you." And that's the story I wanted to share. You can find every item I use in the description. There are a few things I have to custom order here in China. But more importantly, this isn't just about a desk setup. It's about finally starting something you have been putting off. Because once you start, you realize it's never as impossible as it feels.